Ready or not. Ready or not. Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you and then yo. I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress, no success.
Hello, you guys, and thank y'all for tuning in to the Journey Podcast, where I am your host, Kier. Super excited about seeing you guys again. I wanted to start off by saying thank you to everyone that tunes in to Talk About It Thursday and gives feedback. I love that. Guys, I have made so much new friends with just like giving people sometimes y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I do be forgetting to mention, hey, I have a podcast, you should tune in. But to the people, because I'm just like, I'm always excited to meet new people. But when I give people the podcast information and they see it and they just instantly like double back on me like, oh my god, you're so fun, and I'm like, you're so fun too. So guys, I've met so much good people, I've made so much friends and so many opportunities, guys. Oh my god, y'all do not know. I'm so grateful for everything. I'm grateful for everyone in this community. And I wanted to start off, I also wanted to say, like, anytime I found myself getting really comfortable in recording and really comfortable with showing up. And sometimes I feel like I don't show up in um as my full in the fullness in full, like I don't fully show up. I'm here and I'm recording, but it's not giving it my all like I normally would do. And so I want to apologize for the times that the episodes that I haven't given my all. Y'all might not notice it, but I do. And those that like know me personally, they know when I'm just up there just like doink. But I just want to apologize for that because I always want to show up fully, and I always want to show up like as my whole self, as my excited self, as just like where I'm just, yeah. So there's that, but let me go ahead with the announcements. First things first, if you'd like to be a guest, anybody is welcome to be a guest. I do not care what color you are, where uh who you pray to, where you come from, what you got going on, if you're in the midst of it or if you've accomplished it. I don't care what it is. If you want to get up here and you want to talk, let's talk. I'm working with some people right now on episodes that are coming soon, and I'm so excited about because we are having so much fun just like just like creating. And so I'm excited about that, guys. Also, I don't know if y'all noticed, nobody well, a couple of people said something, but not a lot. I don't know if y'all know this, but I've been playing with just like creating content just to kind of like, get people into the just build the community, honestly. And I've been doing good because hold on now, not me giving you a little spiel on a creativity side. I like it. I like it. I like doing stuff. Like, you know? So yeah, if y'all are like really great at just like making those like cool videos and stuff, hit me up and just kind of let me know what platforms are you using to do those things. Cuz I kind of want to make something that's like a commercial. But uh, I don't know how to make no commercial. I guess I could use YouTube University, but I like talking to people. Anyways, next thing, also you can text the hotline to be a guest. Text be a guest and your name to 770-802-1200. That is a text message that's the podcast hotline. Um, Please keep the conversation on that hotline about the podcast, guys. Um, no WIDs, um, and so forth and so on. Please, thank you. And so, other than that, we are on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Castbox, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. If if you like to listen on any of those platforms, you can go to the website at thejourneypodcast.life. There are links to each platform that take you directly to our channel, and you can just click on there to say add, and you can subscribe. So yeah, go ahead, subscribe. Yay! Subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys, please. That's so fun. I want to try to like do more on YouTube. So go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I said, all of that links to everything is on the website, thejourneypodcast.life. Super excited about that. And other than that, that's it. That's the announcements for today. Nothing new just yet, but I can't wait to show you all the things that I'm working on concerning the podcast. So anyways, moving forward, I meant. Today's episode is kind of cool. I- it's been like a highly requested topic for real. Which I don't know. I never really thought like that this was like something that people struggle with, which I don't know why I didn't think that, because this is something that I struggled with for a long time. Um in different aspects, honestly. So today's topic is staying too long. Dun, dun, dun. What do I mean by staying too long? Okay, well, I'm talking about like staying in a relationship too long, staying in at a job too long, just staying in a friendship for too long, staying at an apartment too long. It's so many things that you could just stay at too long, and just like yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so when was a time that I stayed in or connected to something too long? So I'm not going to go directly into details, because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm like singling them out, or talking about them, or whatever the case may be, because I never want to do that. I never want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. And so I'm just going to just, you know, hmm. So, relationships that I stayed in too long. I've stayed in some relationships too long, which I haven't really been in much relationships, honestly. I've been in relationships for so long that it's just like, ugh, why am I still here when I know that time is up, you know? I know that that spark and that joy and that spunk about the relationship is gone. And so that's how you know that you stayed too long. That's number 1. Um that's the first thing. Like when you first start out something and it's just like, huh, this is so great. Butterflies and rainbows. And then it gets to, ah, you again. And so, first things first, it's okay. First things first, you have to accept the fact that people do grow apart. That is a thing, and that's okay. And that's not only from like your partner in a relationship, that's from friends too. It's okay to have grown apart from somebody. You can still love them and care about them. But maybe the dynamics have changed because you've grown, and they've grown in their direction, and then you've grown in yours. And sometimes people don't grow. Sometimes people just are who they are. Are the same person that they were when you started out, and you have evolved, and maybe they are comfortable with how they are, which is fine. If that's what they want for themselves, that's fine. That's not a bad thing. And you don't have to see it as a bad thing. You kind of just like accept things for what they are. And you don't have just because we've grown apart does not mean that we have to hate each other. Cuz I don't hate you because, you are the way you are. That's you. And that's okay. So you have to learn how to accept that maybe my needs at the beginning of this were different. Maybe the things that I was willing to accept at the beginning of this are different. Maybe you haven't changed and I needed you to. It's okay. So it's not a bad thing to grow apart from people, basically, is what I'm saying. Um and so we have to be able to point out when enough is enough. Okay. And when at this point I'm just staying because um I'm used to this. And I'm comfortable. I'm in my comfort zone, even though I'm uncomfortable. So I don't know if y'all remember, there's an episode that I did called Comfortably Uncomfortable. When you know, like, you're irritated by the very presence of somebody, like, we both walk in the kitchen and we're just like, oh my God, you're in the kitchen too. Or like, just something crazy. Like, our presence annoys each other. Like, sometimes we're cool, we're good, we're fine with being around each other, but we find ourselves more often it's just like, oh my God, I would rather you be at work. I would rather be at work. I would rather not be around. So that's when like, and then you're always just bickering, going back and forth about the same thing. I feel like when you stay somewhere too long, it's just you guys are so irritated, just any and everything turns into an argument. Now we're arguing because you left the bread up. Instead of me just saying, "Oh, I love you. I'm gonna put the bread up for you." Then it's just like, "Why you ain't put the bread up? You did this again." I'm mad. I'm mad that you're just doing stuff. Every little thing that you do irritates me. And and so it's just like, okay, has our time expired? You know, it's okay if time has expired. It's okay to have grown apart. I know that it's uncomfortable, and we're going to get into that part, the part where you muster up the courage to finally just like, you know what? I'm taking my hands off it. I'm calling it quits. This is it. But we're going to get into that after we talk about the next thing. Staying at a job too long. Okay, here you are. You've been at this job in this position. You are an elite employee. Like, when I say elite employee, like, you literally can run the business with your eyes closed by yourself. Nobody else on the staff has to show up because you're there and you can do everything. You're uh you're the Jack or Jen of all trades. And so you could just do everything at the job, and you're still in this position where you're being underpaid. You're being underappreciated. The most that they say to you is, "Oh, you know what? Thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate that." Now you're doing your job, you're doing your coworker's job, you're doing your manager's job. You're this close to being the person that's doing the CEO's job, but you're not being compensated for it in any way. If anything, like, you're actually just being like, "Oh, you're supposed to do that." No, you're not. And you know what? I think jobs have gotten a little savvy. They think they're slick. They get your duties but not limited to. No, no. I'm limited to doing just this. I'm not doing anybody else's job because if I'm getting paid to do XYZ, I'm only doing XYZ. Now, sometimes you will overachieve, but when you realize that your overachieving is going unnoticed, and here you are, now you applied for another position because you know that they see that you're capable and you're qualified for the new position, but guess what? They give it to somebody else. But guess what? You're still gonna keep doing those jobs, you overachiever, you. No, I'm not. No. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Just go ahead and take me off the payroll because I'm going to get me another job. It's just like, but how do you know when your time has expired? How do you know that your time has expired in the relationship or um at the job or with a friend? Because um there's no growth for real. There's really no growth. And I think that that is safe. That's a safe response to each aspect. There's absolutely no growth. There's no true feeling of fulfillment anymore, where like at one point you felt fulfilled by the presence of that partner, or you felt fulfilled by linking up with your friend or whatever the case may be. You felt fulfilled by doing the job because you saw yourself growing and becoming more and becoming better and becoming stronger or whatever the case may be. But when you don't excuse me, when you don't get that anymore, um then that's how you know, like, okay, it's time to keep moving. I think also in a previous episode, I talked about how we were designed to to grow. You know, we weren't designed to be stuck in one spot. We weren't designed to be stagnant in any way. Um, and it is true that you can grow with people. So you either grow together or you grow apart. And that's okay. You grow with opportunities. So if when opportunities present themselves, more opportunities should come. So you take one opportunity, guess what? That opens another door. Opens, but when you see no more doors opening and everything is a locked door, there's no movement. You're stagnant in your career. You're stagnant in that relationship. You're like y'all are still fussing about the same thing years and years and years on end. Um, you're still trying to teach this person that you've been with for 10 plus years that you'd like to spend quality time with them. And it's not that you want gifts, you want their time instead. When you're still trying to teach somebody that after a decade, do they really want to learn that about you? You know? Um, cause somebody else will pick up on that quick. Hey, I see you, baby girl. You like to be spending time with the daddy, dada, you know? Or, for a man, like, oh, the female picks up more on you faster. And it's just like, okay, you sat there and wasted all your time with this, whatever you want to call it, young boyfriend, girlfriend, situation, or, um, friends with benefit situation, whatever the case may be. And y'all just not progressing and you just get comfortable with that and just kind of just stay there. And time is up for that. The whole time your wife or your husband is sitting here waiting on you and you're wasting time with, um, Jill and Joe that don't even care. That they're just, and it is not even that they don't care. Let's not say that. Let's rewind that. It's not that they don't care. They're not where you are. That's okay. It's okay that, you might have grown a little faster than your partner. Okay. Hey, you can either we have one, we can fight for this. We can acknowledge where we are. We can acknowledge what I want and what you want, and come to some kind of agreement where, okay, hey, I'm going to either work towards this, or we're going to agree that, okay, well, I don't want that. That's not what I want to be doing right now. You have to do what's best for you at the end of the day. If um if she wants to be married and he doesn't, and he has no desire to do that, I mean, it's obvious. That's okay. There's no way I'm going to say, well, I'll just put off wanting that for me because you don't want that for you. No, that person can go get with somebody that doesn't want that as well. And then the other person can go get with somebody that does want that. And it's really that simple, because I feel like it's safe to say that when somebody genuinely, like, and it's not to say that they don't love you, but people people do what they want to do. If I want to make you happy because you want to be married, let's do it. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's go ahead. Let's make it happen, Captain. Like, let's go for it. If I'm selfish and I just care about myself, I care about myself more. I care about myself more than anything, and your happiness means nothing to me. Then I'm just gonna say, you know what, I'm doing my own thing. Like, I don't care what you want. It ain't about what you want, it's about what I want. No. Why'd you want to be with someone like that anyway? That's the question. For those other situations where y'all are not even in a relationship, um, and y'all are just comfortable because, maybe you being around just, like, gives me somebody around, even though I don't enjoy you being around. I mean, yeah, you're there, but I'm irritated by your presence. So, um, yeah. So um, how does it affect you just to stay too long? I think that it affects you because it makes you create this irritation. So now, like I said, we were arguing about everything. Um, we just can't get along. Everything's an argument. We keep apologizing for the same things. We just keep falling out. It's just not good. At a job, you see yourself stagnant. No doors are opening. But also no doors are closing, and it's just like you're just in a stuck place. Like you're just stagnant and you can't move. How does that affect you? Um it makes you not eager to wake up for that job. That job that you were once excited about, job that you were once excited about the opportunities that it could have had for you. Um or um Now you're bitter towards the job. You're not excited to get there. The people irritate you, and you're possibly like you're not even you don't have that fire inside you anymore for that job. That's how I feel like it would affect you on a job. In a relationship, we're like I said, we're always upset with each other. We're always arguing with each other. And sometimes your character can change. You see yourself changing into somebody that you don't want to be. Because that person has these qualities. You are the people that you hang around do rub off on you in some way, maybe not fully, not in its fullness where it's like, oh my God, you're the exact same person, but you do kind of gain some of those qualities that they have just from hanging around, being around them, whether it's a friend or a relationship. Um, if you're used to somebody that's always trying to finesse something, then you turn into that person, and it's like that's not even like my character for real. Which it's developing into your character, but that's people loved you when you weren't that way, and so now here you are turning into this person that you don't even like. And so you see that, um and you're like, okay, yeah, no, you sometimes you don't even notice it. You don't even notice that now I'm always trying to finesse something, or I'm always trying to lie, or like I'm always like that person. And those and it sometimes, like I said, it's the qualities about them that you don't even like. And it's like, I don't want to be like that. Excuse me. But you are like that. And so here you are, you stayed so long, it's rubbing off on you. But what did you expect for real? Um, that's gonna happen when you stay somewhere for too long. When you know that the time is up, you know it. You feel it in your heart. Like that's just something that you know. I know I gotta go. I know that I don't like this, especially when you keep threatening to leave. I'm gonna quit this job, or I'm gonna I'm gonna live by myself without you, or I'm gonna stop hanging around such and such, or whatever the case may be. When you keep on making those threats, you know that that's when you really know that it's time for you to go. It's time for you to do away with that relationship, that career, that whatever the case may be, maybe start over. And starting over, guys, is not easy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm telling you straight up, starting over is not easy at all. It's actually one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, um because you mean to tell me, even though I was uncomfortable where I was, but I wanted to stay there. At the end of the day, we're responsible for our own happiness. Nobody else outside of us is responsible for making us or keeping us happy. And so when I say that, I'm not saying that people can't make you happy, but you have to choose those people who desire to make you happy, who find happiness in making you happy, because being being around people that have no desire to make you happy because they're so selfish, and all they care they're all they care about is making themselves happy, because they're not wrong for that. They're not wrong for wanting to make themselves happy. They're not. But you have to accept that making you happy does not make them happy. You have to accept that. You have to accept, hey, you know what? You're doing what's best for you. And so I would like to do the same thing for me. And what that looks like for me is not being around you. Just, doing away with this relationship, doing away with this friendship, doing away with this job. Um, you guys have you happiness. I feel like happiness is one of the components responsible for making you grow. Is that crazy to say? I think I can say that because when you're happy, you're just like you're open to the new opportunities. You're just like you're grateful for another day with that person, then another opportunity to grow with that person, another opportunity to grow at that job, and so forth and so on. It's just like, you have to prioritize your happiness because everybody else is going to do it. So why not? So what if it makes somebody mad? But starting over, let's get into that. So when it comes to starting over, um, I feel like the hardest part is coming to a realization that what was your norm, is no longer a thing. And so having to start over, sometimes you find yourself not even being capable of standing on your own 2 feet because you've been so used to having that quote unquote support. So just because maybe the support that you lack without that person there is maybe on a financial end. It could be financial. Sometimes it could be physical because maybe that person, maybe y'all took turn like took turns like watching the kids or something like that. Um, it just was convenient for y'all to be around each other because of the kids, or it's convenient for you to be around each other because of the bills, or just stuff like that. Also, we find it convenient just to stay around each other because of we don't want people to think that, like, oh, y'all are not together anymore. So maybe that guy or that girl has a chance now, like, oh, that maybe you found out about. Oh, okay, so me being out of the picture gives such and such an opportunity to put their foot in the door. Why do you care? Why do you even care? This person drains you. This person gets on your nerves. This person just like y'all are not compatible anymore. And so let them get on somebody else's nerves. Don't like just let them go. People got, like let somebody else have a turn with that. That is not at the end of the day, you already have experienced that. You don't know. Just know. Just go ahead. And y'all got it. That does not make you a loser. It actually makes you strong because here you are, you made the quality decision to value yourself instead of valuing what other people think over yourself. Guys, this topic is just like, yeah. So starting over, here you are, now you're worried about what people think and not just like people like, just random people, but family. Like, oh, you and Keisha, you and Keisha ain't together no more. Now everybody wants to know what happened. Now everybody wants to know why. Now everybody want to know, she leave you or you left her, or if he left you or you left him. Um, you know, it's just you got to explain it. Now people want you to explain. You do not have to explain anything to anybody. It just didn't work out. That was it. It didn't work out. We grew apart. Okay, we're not mad at each other. We're still cool. Blah 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 blah. You can say that even if it's not true, because people are so nosy. Like, why do it matter? We just ain't together. You better help me. Do you got the money, or do you got the babysitter, or no? Because what are we talking about for real? Like, that's none of your business, honestly. What happened? Wish me well in moving forward, and let's move forward. Um we gotta normalize not wanting to be nosy. Don't get me wrong, I be nosy. Don't I be nosy sometimes. I mind people business sometimes. Like, girl, what happened? I thought y'all was so great. Y'all was so cute together. But I don't say that to people, but I think that in my mind. But what does moving forward look like? Moving forward, like I said, sometimes it looks like having to learn to stand on your own 2 feet again. While you guys might have carried each other, or that job might have carried you, or whatever the case may be, you have to learn something new, and you have to be open to learn it. You can't just go and taking what happened in the previous job or the previous relationship, to or a previous friendship, to your next new one. So when you're given something new, when you find something new, find a new job, find a new friend, find a new partner, you can't go into that um you can't go into that saying, "Oh, well, in my last job," or "Oh, well, in my last relationship," or "Oh, my last friend." You cannot do that. So first things first, it's important to heal, you know? Heal before you move on. And at a job, so when I had a job that I stayed at too long, where they just thought that I was employee of the year without the title employee of the year, or without the raise, I got a 49-cent raise. I was so pissed off. I was like, bro. So I sat there at the job and I healed there, and they realized, they know that I was walking around like I don't care about nothing. They was asking me to do stuff. I don't want to do that. That's, and I was telling them that's her job. To make her do her job. I'm not doing that. I sat there in them people job and I healed, okay? The application for the next job that I had, I did it in my office sitting at the job. That's how healed I was. I was moving on inside the job. In a relationship, um, me healing, what that looked like, I took a break from relationships. I feel like I've been in relationships all my life. Like, it was just like, like I never really took time to myself until I took 2 years to myself, where I was just by myself, and I was just like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to know me. I enjoyed getting to love me. I enjoyed the healing process. That way, when I went into my next relationship, um, I was okay. It was a clean slate, not only for myself but for the other person. So I didn't come with the baggage of what happened in my last relationship, because it was like, okay, even though I've been through XYZ, you didn't do that to me, so you don't deserve for me to keep throwing in your face um what happened. And sometimes you should disclose, hey, this is what I've been through in a previous relationship, so forgive me if I might react out of like as a trauma response. And so, and give that person that opportunity, or just to let them know, hey, this is what I've been through, this is what I'm dealing with, so that they can decide whether they want to put up with your healing. Well, I shouldn't even say put up with, if they want to grow through your your healing process with you. And so, because some people can't afford to mentally and emotionally grow through that with you. And I don't even want to say go through it. I didn't say go through it. I said grow through it, because um the healing process is definitely a growing process. And sometimes people don't have the mental capacity to deal with certain things, and they're not wrong for that. They don't have to. You should definitely grow through that, either alone or with somebody that is capable of doing it with you, that can say, hey, you know what, they can acknowledge that you came to them, and which is a big thing. It's hard to say, hey, I'm used to being cheated on. So if I, um, if I ask you, if I have like trust issues with you, I just need you to know where this came from. And no, it's nothing that you did, but I just need this for me to feel safe. And then once I feel safe, then, gradually we can just kind of just, go forward. But in this time, in this moment, this is what I need. And so let people decide, hey, can you give me what I need? Or if they say, I'm messing with that, then cool, that's okay. That lets you know, and that lets them know, hey, we ain't gotta waste our time. I'm already letting you know that I am not capable of giving you what your heart desires or what your heart needs right now, and we probably shouldn't even do this because you need too much, and it's okay. Somebody is capable of carrying the weight of what you need. Somebody is. There is a job that is going to give you those promotions because they see your potential. They see the qualities that you possess. They see how amazing you are. And they know that you deserve it. And they probably are waiting for you, but here you are. You're so busy at this job that do not even like you, that don't care about you. You're just they using you, and you're just comfortable there, and so you're just dealing with it, which is crazy. But you know what, it's life. We're human. I should not say it's crazy. We're all human, and we tend to sometimes, and when I say we, I am including myself, we tend to sometimes be comfortable with being stagnant because it's comfortable, uncomfortably comfortable. And so with that being said, guys, evaluate situations. Always keep in mind that it is um it is I mean, it happens. We stay too long. But when your time is expired, whether you realize it today or tomorrow or a month from now, don't get stuck in the fact that you wasted time. Don't waste time pondering on the wasted time. Move forward, pick up, get up, keep it moving, and grow from the experience. That's about it. That's about it. You have to just go ahead and just keep moving. You can't sit there and just keep on, oh, that really, oh, that job, oh, okay, get over it. It happened. You can't blame somebody else for you staying for too long. You can't. It's nobody's fault but your own, and that's okay. Because we do that sometimes. We're human, and that's fine. But if you like I said, you gotta keep moving. And so, of course, you all know that I love y'all. And I'm grateful for you being around. And of course, I gotta give you some homework. When is a time that you stayed too long? Is there a time that you or are you in something where you've been there too long? Has your time expired in this current situation? If there is, just let me know. You don't have to comment on anything. Text me. Let's talk. But I love you guys, and I hope that you guys have the best week ever. And I will see you guys on Thursday for Talk About It Thursday. Love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Feel like I'm superhuman, lifestyle that show the movie. Said I changed, you never knew me. Heavy pain and perks abusing. Section 8 whole block was true. Yeah. Respirator, my dog was losing. Never said you moving on. Shit. And I'm like, how'd you do it? I'm from that land, King Joffrey Jr. Wish the plane would happen sooner. I'm too advanced, yeah, I'm the future.